Okay, guys, I don't know what just happened. I am definitely having issues here for some reason. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I don't know why I had problems. Mainly because I probably set up the live stream with the phone instead of with the computer. So bear with me while I get all this figured out. As I'm sure that you can hear, the cicadas are making noise tonight. Technical issues. I think it's operator error is actually what the problem is. Okay. So check and see if there's any lag or anything like that, guys. All right. Looks like we're good. Okay. We are live now. And again, I do apologize for the cicadas. All right. So what we got here? Who do we have? We got all right. I see Josh, Fallout Shelter, South Florida, Nathan, Conservative. We've got a house full already, guys. All right. Um, let's see. All right, everything's working now. Yeah, I don't know. Tony Patriot, what's going on, man? Yeah, I have for some reason. I think it's because I set up the live stream with my phone instead of the computer's. Why it did not didn't work. So tonight we'll be going over some questions and things like that. And of course, first thing I'm going to do, that way I don't keep you here much longer than you want to be. We'll go ahead and get into the emergency fire starting kit that I'm putting together. I haven't even really named it yet. I was coming up with two different names. It was either going to be emergency fire starting kit or it was going to be called survival fire starting kit. Either way, the package weighs less than 6 ounces. So it's ideal for the bug out bags. Flash. Hey, buddy. I need to talk to you for real quick. I think I know what happened. I hadn't seen you in a couple of days, and I went through my banned people, and I think what happened when I was removing somebody from my comment section on my phone, I think I clicked on YouTube. So that's what happened. That was on me, buddy. I'm glad you're back. But yeah, when I saw that you were in the banned section, I quickly fixed that. So I do apologize for that. And I do remember the incident. Somebody was, well, they're talking trash about America, and it just pissed me off. Okay, I'll be honest. Okay, so let's go and get to the kit, guys. Like I said, it weighs less than 6 ounces. I'm still waiting on the labeling material to make the package look nicer. And nervous about it? I am, because this is my little pet project, something I've been working on. All right, so like I said, it is a small setup here. Everything's vacuum sealed and sealed. I'm going to open this thing up and show y'all what's in it, and maybe y'all can give me some better ideas if it's not up to par. Um, Personally, it was designed for, it'd be better if I get some better scissors. I don't think I have my knife out here, so let me just go ahead and rip it open. I had cut some little grooves in the side of the plastic on all these packages so it's easier to tear open, because let's face it, you might not have a knife. Flash prep. I told you. All right, So let's go ahead and get inside this thing. And I am sorry about that glare. That is bad. Okay, so this thing I designed for emergency purposes, almost something that you lightweight could throw in your pack. Now everything in here is flammable, so everything can be used, even the plastic. Okay. Cardboard. All right, that's going to be part of the labeling. So what? Well, cardboard burns, and the reason why cardboard is there is because if you've ever tried out in the woods to collect your shavings with these magnesium fire starters, they go everywhere. So having a hard surface to collect these things worked great. Okay. So yeah, that's why the cardboard's there, to actually collect that, and of course it burns. Next up, we have the stormproof matches, the waterproof matches. I only put 4 in these because there's multiple. I have 3 ways of creating fire, 3 ways of fuel for fire, and then some odds and ends. All right. Then you have just your regular matches. Okay. Now I've been working with ideas on this. Okay, those are the ways to start fire. The reason why there's not a Bic lighter in there is because I'm still looking into the shipping. Some things you have to have special things to ship. Okay, so if you're shipping off a lot of things like lighters, butane, things like that, you run into some issues. So I'm still researching on that. But one of the first fire sources, we've all seen these makeup pads. Well, each one of these have been saturated in Vaseline before sealing. There's 3 in each one, as I've shown in the past, and we all know with Vaseline included, these things burn great. Okay, next up, this is Sterno. Okay, packaged Sterno. It'll start a fire. Next up, just a single candle. All right, having the ability to light the candle, you can start a lot of fires with a lit candle. So that goes in the kit too. And this is pine shavings. Okay, this is 2 ounces of pine shavings. Okay, now it doesn't look like much because it is vacuum sealed. 2 ounces of pine shavings is that much before vacuum sealing. This stuff is highly flammable when you put fire to it. I've actually done a video in the past where I've just used that magnesium fire starter and set these things on fire. So yeah, and everything in here comes vacuum sealed, and of course when you open this thing up, it's going to expand because, I mean, come on, that's a lot of shavings. Now I'm also including the Ziploc bags, because once you tear this open, and yeah, see, I put little nicks in all these bags, that way it's easier to tear. One thing I will be changing in this kit is I will be supplying it's a cheap knife, but it's just designed so that you can actually shave down the magnesium fire starters. Now these here, the ones I have purchased, the one I got a deal on after buying 1,000 of them, they come with the little saw blade. I left the saw blade attached. I don't really like them, to be honest. I broke them, things like that. So yeah, I will be putting a knife in with these kits too, just so you have a purpose to shave and strike that flint. Also, we have, let's see, what else was I talking about? Okay, we talked about the Ziploc, because when you open these things up, it expands, because that is, I'm going to do, that's 2 ounces. That's not popcorn. That's pine shavings. And it is pine resin free, so you don't have to worry about the sticky stuff. The only thing sticky in this is going to be the Vaseline, the petroleum jelly pouches. Now the stormproof matches are the UCOs. I've actually reviewed those before, but the reason why it's not a whole box of these and a whole box of matches, things like that, I was working on cutting down weight, for one, Next, I was working on price. All right, the price of these have went up. Now, when I went and ordered 50 of these, I got a discount, but they weren't cheap. All right, when you're purchasing these things, they're not cheap. Unfortunately, to get directly from them a large supply, it's just way out of my budget. But so yeah, that's basically the kit. Now, the reason why it is a emergency kit, I'll go into explanation on this from my own personal experience. As I said in the past, I am a train rider, or was former train rider, and I know you're probably thinking you got Tinder, man. I mean, who walks around with Tinder? Kindling. I was on a train ride, and I was heading up. I was heading to Oregon, and the train broke down outside of Mount Shasta, just north of Dunsmuir. Now, I had a cabin shanty built out there in Dunsmuir because I had a river, access to a river. I'd go there, heal up, whatever, fish, hunt. I stayed away from people. And the train broke down. I'd been on that boxcar for a little over 14 hours, freezing my butt off. It was wintertime and it was snowing. Well, it's too cold. You can't have a fire on a boxcar. You burn the thing down. So I decided to leave the train. And I was just going to go make me a shelter, get me a fire going. Everything was soaked. It was either frozen or still wet. And everything I tried, at the time I did not have any flares with me, but everything I tried to start fire would not go. And I found some down trees that had been down for a while, and I just dug them out, and I found the ones closest to the base, and I skinned the bark and kept skinning the bark until I got to drier wood. And that's actually how I was able to start my fire, was skinning that dead stuff until I got some dry material. So yes, having access to tinder, like I said, that's 2 ounces, guys. That's multiple fires. All right, there's multiple ways to create fire with this. So technically, you could get, well, if you just took the magnesium fire starter out of the equation, just had the matches. Um, even bad condition, you got at least 4 to 5 fire starts. All right, so that's what that is. And that's why I put it together. Now, some news. Hold on, let me check what we got in the chat, guys. I don't mean to keep on rambling on and forget to check the chat here. Comment count will go up 10% with me being back. Yeah, no kidding, buddy. I'm expecting it. JT, I love your survival stories. I'll tell you what, I was experienced in it to begin with. I've read the stuff, been in the stuff since I was a kid, but when it actually, you get faced with it, unless you're conditioned, you do, it's easy to make mistakes. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. That's why I always tell people to get out there and go camping, take your gear out there, test it out, make sure it's worthy of survival. Because I've had gear before that just wasn't up to par, and I'm like, well, I'm glad I wasn't in a bad situation with this. So yeah, I'm not tooting my horn saying I'm the best at all. No, I've had days where I couldn't hunt anything because there was nothing around. So yeah, it's a learning experience, that's for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, a little bit of news. So I had talked about that I would be sending these things out. I've decided on 5 kits that will go out to 5 of our subscribers here. Now, I do have a couple other kits going out to a few other YouTube creators, especially on their prepping channel, get their review take on things. And I am currently in the works with Prescott Caliber Club on him actually carrying this kit in his store. He will be receiving one of the first sets that are put together, and I'm going to get him to do a review to make sure it's something that he wants to carry first. It's one thing to be good friends and buddies and stuff, but I don't want to have something that's just a crappy product sitting in a store I want him to check it out, make sure he likes it before he actually gets involved. Now, again, with the lighter, I was talking about, we always carry big lighters, but sometimes you run into mailing issues. I'm currently checking on this sterno, okay, because this stuff will be in the mail. Now, I have to check and see what type of laws and things like that before I can actually make sure that these kits have it. Because if I run into issue where, that's a highly flammable substance, can I actually have it in there? So those things I'm looking at. There are a lot of legal ins and out with these things. I mean, just trying to sell a product. I mean, just the warning labels alone, I'm having to put. I mean, every item is going to have to have a warning label, especially if it's something that, well, sterno's poisonous for one if you ingest it. A grown man on a moped, shooting high there, buddy, shooting high. Um, so yeah, I mean, everything's going to have warning labels. I'm going to have to make sure I have flammable labels, all that stuff, guys. Now, most of these I can have printed up, so the cost there will not be that expensive for me. I'll be able to just pack it in. Whatever cost is less for me is going to wind up being lesser for the consumer. So that's really what I'm trying to do with these kits. Um, as far as the price of these things, I don't really know yet. I know what I personally have put in, um, but I'm still waiting on the labeling for the product itself, because just sitting on a store shelf with nothing on it, everyone's just gonna look at it and just keep on walking by. So I got to have instructions and all that stuff, I'm afraid. So I'm hoping to get the first kit out to Prescott Caliber Club and to the 5 for the subscribers here whenever we have that drawing. Hopefully within 2 weeks is what I'm hoping to actually have them mailed out by then. JT, I thought I heard a toilet flush. No, that was somebody, a grown man riding on a moped. I don't know. This is an interesting place to live. Carolina Sky, yes, you have to test your gear always. Yeah, and even though I'm sending these kits out to a couple of the other creators, so they can review it, I will be reviewing it on my own channel and showing y'all how everything works on that. That way, if y'all are interested in it later on, y'all can go check it out. I won't be selling them direct from me. So something me and Prescott Caliber Club are working on together. He's offered, if he decides to carry it, it's going to be offered through his storefront. So that saves me a lot of headache, especially with all the shipping and all that other stuff. So because he's reached out and offered to help me with that, I'm making sure I have all the warning labels on this stuff. But like I said, everything in this bag can be burned. That was one of the main things that I wanted to make sure that no matter what, you were able to start a fire and have multiple ways. And that's why we vacuum sealed everything and then double sealed again, because you want it waterproof. I mean, no matter what. And this thing weighs. Now, when I put the knife, and it is just a small knife just to shave down the magnesium fire starter, it puts the weight at 6 ounces. 6 ounces is not much for a good fire starter kit with multiple ways of starting a fire for an emergency situation. It's the old saying, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Well, when it comes to being able to start a fire, same rules. I want to have multiple ways. Maybe put silver coins in the pack. We're not really able to start a fire with the silver coins, but I like where your mind's at. Read the chat here again, guys. All right, so if you guys have questions, please feel free to go ahead and start asking them. Had to use road flare last weekend, no tinder. Yeah, Kentucky, when I was riding the train, sometimes the stuff was so submerged in water, especially when I was out in the Oregon area, things like that. I had to use flares. I mean, I like having flares in my bug out bag just for that reason. You can start a fire with it. And the reason why we don't have flares in these kits is because flares are not cheap. It's just going to make the kit price go up higher. And I was trying my best to keep it as low as possible. So it's very affordable and it doesn't feel like you're breaking the bank or getting bent over just for a fire starting kit. I have silver stacked for days thanks to my father-in-law. I don't have that much. I got some. And we just recently, only a couple months back, we started buying our silver and gold, um, more so because we already had our year supply of food. Now we're still buying more food, but yeah, we're still right now we're not because the way the market just jumped up. I'm waiting for it to drop back down a little bit before I go buy some more. To get road flares, how do you put one out? The best way I've found putting out a road flare, we had train riding flares. All right, when it's burning at the end, best thing to do is just take it and hit it against something about. All right, let's just say this is your flare. The top's burning. You want to hit it about here and actually just break it, and all the material that's inside that flare will come out, and all that stuff won't be burning, and that's the best way to put it out. I've tried dropping them in water. I've heard that you can smother them by sticking them in the ground, but every time I've tried it, it just keeps burning. So best way is just to beat them out. Knock all that stuff that's on the inside that's burning, knock it out. Have you ever thought about writing a book? Yes, Peggy B. I'm actually currently working on that. I did have a novel published back in '06 called American Retaliation. My writer's name is Michael Lynch. That's my middle and last name. You know, real creative there. It did not go over very well. You know, it was self-published. I went through a company called iUniverse. And yeah, I'm actually currently working on my train rider adventures, making sure I put it in a fictional setting because a lot of stuff happens out there. All right. But yeah, I'm only on like 580 some pages in, and I still got 8 months worth of stuff writing as far as the timeline goes. So it's going to be a big one. Let's see what we got here. What does everyone here feel their weakest part of their preparedness? Mine is medical training and supplies. Flash, that is a very good topic. Yeah, I've got some medical training. I'm no doctor. All right, this just I do my best as much as I can. I try to practice a lot with things, but even your medical kits, they're not cheap. And then when you start opening things up and practicing with them, it's easy to go through $100 quick on just material. Something just rolled off the top of the roof. Actually, it sounds like it's still up there. Let's see what we got here, guys. Trying to. Is everyone okay? I noticed today Augusta Farms big 30-day bucket went to $134. Price is going up. John, definitely appreciate that information. I haven't been keeping track of it as far as the survival buckets and things. Most of those are out of my price range anyway, but yeah, definitely good to know. Clay Bank, make your own buckets. See, I can ask a serious question. Yes, Flash, I know you can. Now go stand in the corner. A.M. Lopez, hey, how's it going? I saw something in the chat here. I believe it was Peggy B. Anywhere I can buy it. If you're referring to my first novel, it's no longer in print. Now, there's remnants of it. I don't know how many copies are still out there. It was being sold on Amazon a while back, and how bookstores used to have it, and it's not Books of Millions. It was Barnes and Noble had carried it in the and they didn't actually carry it in the store. They just carried the order. But yeah, I mean, if you come across it, it's going to be an old copy. There's no longer in production. But the cover and everything, if you see a red cover with a sniper and a ghillie suit on the front of it, that's it. I'd like to get a kit for hunting season. Yeah, Josh. Like I said, it's not. It's designed for specifically emergency only. Um, that's why it's got stuff that can you'll use up really quick. I mean, it's only good for 3, 4 fires, and then it's done. Compared to most of our bug out stuff, I am getting a buffering thing for some reason, but hopefully everything's still working good on y'all's end. Why not an ebook? JT, I'm not sure. Yeah, when I wrote my first novel, well, it's actually called a novella because it was only like 200 pages long. That's my first attempt. I didn't have any special training or anything. I like to write. Um, Personally, I thought the story was good, but the advertisement was really bad on it. I only It was self-published. I think I spent $500 in the advertisement for it, so it really didn't off the ground anywhere. Okay, looks like y'all are good. I don't know, for some reason I'm looking down on my phone right now and it's got that buffering wheel of death on it. So I'm a poor boy. You got to do a whole show on cheap bug out. Well, when it comes to the bug out equipment, there, Joe, I'm kind of funny about that. There are some cheap items that you can do that are tested, that I've tested personally, that will work, but there's still some items that you have to have that actually is somewhat expensive. I mean, just like the Sawyer mini water filter, it's $20. You don't really want a cheap knife. You want a good quality blade on you. And when it gets down to sleeping bags and things like that, good quality ones that are good, depends on where you're going to be at. They get pricey too. So it's kind of hard to really address dead on just for a budget one. How has physical therapy been going, CFP? It's actually going better now that they've got me to a better therapist. The other place, they had hurt me. All right. Now, they did find a small tear in my rotator cuff that wasn't there before. And when I talked to the doctor about it, I told them they had hurt me a couple months ago. And they kept putting me back there. It's all workman's comp. I mean, you have no voice. All right. So when they did the last MRI, they did find a very small one. It was a small tear, but it wasn't there before. And I knew when it happened, when they threw those weights in my arm straight out of surgery. So unfortunately, they can't do surgery on it because it's such a small tear. The doctor I talked to said basically their thing with that is that it has to be like half the rotator cuff tear before they go in to do a surgery with their department. And with workman's comp, they would never cover it anyway. So, but as far as my new therapist, they're doing good. Hoople's cat. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Yeah, good therapy hurts. Yeah, just that first one, though, it wasn't good therapy, and they actually caused more injuries. But yeah, the doctor said they can't really say who caused it because right after my first surgery with my knee, I fell twice trying to get out of the shower. And because we got the tub built onto the shower, and after my first surgery with my knee, yeah, it's couldn't hold my balance, couldn't hold my weight. So yeah, that was interesting for sure. Grown man falling around. If in doubt, cut it off. I missed something. Sir, another question from me is: have you patched the crossbolt duct tape? I used duct tape is what I used. Now I've actually thought about opening up the hole to run my power into my the bunker, because right now for some reason after we moved here we had a bad thunderstorm and now all my switches and plugs and stuff don't work out there. I don't know why. I checked the fuse box, that's fine. So I'm not sure where that is. But right now I got an extension cord that I run out there anyway, but I got to go through the door, and when I shut the door, it kind of pinches it. So yeah, I'll probably just use that for electrical hole. All right. That bites. Yeah, I'm hoping here pretty soon. Right now they're still working on my range of motion because the other place did not work on that, and now I have it's a touch of the frozen shoulder, but they said that it's just because they did weights instead of getting my arm. This is my good arm, by the way. Getting my arm able to move. I can't do that with this one. So that's what they're working on before we go to weight training. All right, what we got here? Gosh, it's hard to tell when it'll go down, but keep stacking food. I'm gonna preach it to the choir. Things continue to ramp up. Natural economic war abroad. Who knows? This is a crapshoot. Yeah, when it comes to prepping, it's just a normal lifestyle for us. I mean, pretty much for all of us here. I mean, we understand that things can go bad quick. I mean, we see things. Sure, I've been wrong on a couple of things. I mean, we all remember Y2K. Yeah, that's what got me into prepping hard. But our lifestyle was constantly storing food, things like that for the winters and stuff. Not here in Florida. That's when I lived in North Carolina. Absolutely, Flash. I love these live chats so friends can gather and say hello, share with one another. Yeah, absolutely. Kentucky Survivalists again, free buckets at local bakeries. So I went to, I've heard of this many times, and I went to our Walmart, our larger Walmart, and asked about those buckets. And the one here in close, it's in Orlando address, but it's close to me for a large one. It's right on the cusp of Apopka. The manager, when I asked for the manager, because the store clerk had no idea what I was talking about, said that they had no way of charging me because there's no UPC code for it. I'm like, well, I'll give you a couple bucks for it. And he wouldn't do it, but now he wouldn't give it to me for free. Now that just might be because of that manager, but I have heard of people being able to get those buckets. I unfortunately have not from our Walmart anyway. All right, let me get back and try to catch y'all's questions here. Josh, how do you feel about the government using Apple Watches and other devices for defense stick control? Apple Watches and other devices. I get the defense stick control that you're talking about, but I haven't heard anything about using Apple Watches and stuff. You're going to have to explain a little bit more on that one for me, bud. Oh, yeah. And earlier today, earlier this afternoon, Prescott Caliber Club, Ryan over there had was texting me. We're talking about the survival fire starter. Excuse me. And he was telling me that Will Patriot was doing a live stream tonight, and he asked me if I wanted to do a, like call in on there to be on there. I was like, exactly what time is it? I think they're doing it now, but I was like, dude, I've already got one scheduled, so I can't do that one. So you know, it is cool that other creators are reaching out with each other, trying to work together, especially just trying to get news out about prepping and survival. The more people able to do that, the more broader we can reach out to other people. So I definitely stand behind that. Peggy Bear Walmart is terrible in Apopka, and that's probably the same one. Now I have a neighborhood Walmart not too far from me, because we live here in Apopka, and I don't have much problems there. But when I go to the bigger one off of OBT there, it's I'd rather go shop at Save a Lot. Kentucky, I'm in Amish country and bakeries everywhere here. Yeah, I bet. Okay, let me get back on this chat here. All right. Go to smaller grocery stores. Their bakers will let you have them. I didn't think about the smaller stores. It's just Walmart was the only one I was thinking of when we went to go try that. Nothing Apple here. We have iPad. Yeah, I've always been Android, but for our internet service to have our internet TV and everything here in the house, Spectrum sent me the Apple TV. Apple's not very user friendly. If you're a dumb country boy like me, and when you're messing with something like that, it's okay. I couldn't get the things to work, and I'm on customer service. They actually patched me through to Apple themselves, and they kept going, well, what do you mean you don't have an Apple account? I'm like, I've never used Apple. How am I supposed to have an Apple account? Well, we can't help you. It was about 6, maybe 7 hours. They sent me somebody else, and they were able to set me up an Apple account. I'm like, I couldn't even find where I could even apply for one online. It was a freaking mess. So yeah, I don't have no love for Apple. I did have one of those Apple Watches. It was a Christmas present prize thing at work, and went ahead and took it. Oh yeah, I took it to the pawn shop same day. I got rid of it. It was, I think it was a Generation 1 or whatever. Like $100 for it. I got rid of it. I don't use them. If you had only one fire starter, what would it be? Mine, without a doubt, would be a Uberland ferro rod. Okay. I have always been partial to the magnesium fire starters. I've used them for years, never had any problem with them. So that's always my go-to. There are many great fire starters out there, ferro rods and things. I'm not going to talk bad about any of them. It's just, that's my preference. I know how to use it very good. It's very good. Well, maybe I should learn how to speak English a little bit better. Very well. And because I'm comfortable with it, that's why we use that one. A.M. Lopez, Super Walmart by SeaWorld on John Young got them in the hardware store section next to the paint. Yeah, that's where, I mean, I buy my 5-gallon buckets from Walmart and also get the lids there. I think I paid $3, something like that, when we buy our 5-gallon buckets. WV prepared mine. New here, Marv sent me. Well, we are very glad you're here. I know I am. Yeah, Marv is definitely a good guy. I've been watching Marv Figel for quite some time now. And when they did that shout out for me, guys, again, it blew me away. I was really surprised. Let alone that he actually had watched a couple of my shows. That was even better. Donut shops will also have buckets. I think that's what you're talking about. Came in late. No pickle smell. Oh, inside the buckets. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I believe it was Kentucky was talking about a lot of the bakeries and stuff. You can get the buckets for free. Road flare. Yeah, I mean, yeah, road flare works great. Kentucky, uh, you always be able to start a fire with them. Um, it's just the you only get one use out of that one flare. Helicopter. You only get one use out of that one flare. I know we do carry them in a bug out bags because when things are soaked, it's going to start a fire. When you strike them, it's like fireworks. You know what? That might be cheaper next 4th of July, so I don't waste all my money on bottle rockets. I'm also a spin-off of the channel from Marv. Oh, okay, that's really cool. I didn't know that. That's WV Prepared Mind guys. So yeah, part of our group here, part of our community. Definitely go check and make sure I get the name right. I got the computer further away here, so I have to lean forward when I see the thing. Again, that's WV Prepared Mind. So definitely go check out that channel. I have diesel because of farm. That's my go-to. Yeah, Peggy went up me talking about napalm to start fires. Yeah, yeah. Where do you go? Where do you buy them? JT, I don't know if that was directed towards me or to somebody else. Sure, entertain the girlfriend. Yeah, pull up my news there. So, did y'all have any news y'all want to discuss or anything like that? Just definitely, we do that all the time on our live chats and stuff. So, y'all can always do that. I've been watching you for a bit with spreading Fuga love. I definitely do appreciate that. I really do. Oily potato chips, quick start. Freedom, freedom using farm and arbor. Yes, that does work. I believe I saw the old corn chips. It was one of those old survival shows years ago. Couldn't tell you which one it was. I saw them using that, but yeah, works great. Sorry guys, I was flipping through my news feed again. Uh, Stock market freak out today. Yeah, from what I picked up on that today, it was right after President T had said we didn't need China anymore, and the market took a tank. I think it was like 600 points or close to. But to be honest, I'm not sure. I don't really understand the stock market very well. Here lately, I see. I mean, a couple of days ago, it dropped, closed at 800 below 800 points, and didn't really affect anything. So I don't know. It seems like they're supporting it as much as they can. At least my thoughts. Some others supporting it as much as they can, and it is a collapse going or possible recession, and they just don't want everybody else to know. I don't understand why, but yeah, I think some things are going off on that. Oh, Mr. Crenshaw having things said about him. Oh yeah, the New Turks. I watched that earlier today, and boy, was I peed. I think he handled that very well with his response. I'm gonna say he's more level-headed than I am. All right, especially that what that guy kept on saying about how he lost his eye in combat. I can tell you this much. I guarantee you he really wished that he was able to catch that little snot nose off to himself. I know I would. Um, but yeah, I was real surprised on how well he handled himself on that, because that was some BS right there. I mean, and he brought up a good point. How things are triggered so freaking easy with these people. It's just, I won't get into politics. It's just that that should have never been said at all. Um, that attack on him was uncalled for. I mean, there was no reason for it. They're just being nasty about it. All right. Yeah, I want to look down. I'm checking my messages and stuff, guys. I'm not ignoring you. Oh, good news though. Today I got an email from YouTube. They they approved the community chat button. So if y'all have ever seen other channels, they do like little surveys and things like that for their channel. I now have that ability. I got that today, and I also got, I believe it was 6 of my videos that they flagged for not being able to monetize. They After they did a actual human review, supposedly human review, they let those go ahead and be monetized. So I was happy about that. But all the videos that covered any of the stories out of the, trying to figure out how I can phrase this, out of the straight over there, no, they won't let that. I was really surprised. Uh, they did let me keep the surveillance balloons. At first, they had that one flagged, and the drone, the new one with the drone, they let me monetize that one. But some of the ones they wouldn't let me. So, give or take, it is a free platform. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything to do a YouTube channel, so I really can't get mad at them. I mean, sure, we all see the C word that happens with a lot of channels, but it's kind of like pick your battles on this. It really is. The best way, if I'm going to try to get some information out, I just got to be real careful how I say things and hope for the best. Back to the questions here. Don't forget to give a yeah, definitely don't forget to do the thumbs up. Um, I honestly don't know if that even affects anything, but hey, it shows that at least someone likes to hear me ramble. Flash, what if conservatives said deserves to have a train runner? Oh, well, fortunately, most conservatives are not really that much of a trash talker. I know my own personal feelings about that woman. They're not good. Um, there's a lot of speculations about a lot of laws that she has broken from reports I've read. One being immigration laws, marrying her brother to bring him in. Now, these are reports of supposed evidence. I haven't seen the evidence. I'm just, it's what I've heard. Let's see here. It's not burning, but I believe they are. Joe, are you talking about the Amazon there? The rainforest burning? Sorry guys, I am trying to catch up in this chat. Monetized for 2 weeks, and they say they can't find my channel, but gave me my community button. Wow, that is very weird. Yeah, when I first contacted them about monetization, I didn't really get a answer from them. I had to go and look and ask a bunch of other people, a lot of the larger YouTube creators that help creators, get started and stuff. They said it could take like a month, and it was just a couple of days I got mine. So I do know when I applied, anything that was flagged on my channel for copyright issues, I removed, or I used the editor that YouTube provides to remove music out, just like the video I did with the vacuum sealer. I clipped in Elvis Presley singing Burning Love. Well, the clip is still there, but it's muted. All right. I had to agree to mute it to get rid of the copyright. And once I made sure everything was gone, I didn't have a problem with getting monetized. So might be something to look into. Check your videos, make sure there's no strikes or claims on you. Let's see what we got. Kentucky, I never seem to get community notifications for anyone, and I always check all notifications. There are some channels I've actually been unsubscribed to, and it wasn't because I unsubscribed. Same with the bell. I've had to go back when I haven't heard nothing from a channel for a while. I've had to go back, and sure enough, the bell was not clicked anymore. I don't know if it happens when they do those updates and stuff. Maybe that's what's going on, or if it's being targeted. I got my suspicion. How's your heat gun doing? My heat gun is doing very well, Flash. Actually, I haven't been using the heat gun very much since we've gotten the new vacuum sealer. So we've been vacuum sealing a lot of stuff. And now with that kit, it's going to be a lot more vacuum sealing. Fortunately, Crenshaw supports federal red flag legislation. Yeah, I don't know much about him personally. I wish I could say everything that I'm a political science, whatever the phrase. I don't even know what they're even called. I try to keep up as much as I can, but sometimes I'll be chasing something else and miss a lot of other things. Use dryer lint. Yeah, I used to use dryer lint a lot when I first started. This is back before prepping. This is when I was younger. Be going set up for camping trips and things like that. We used to go visit my cousins up in Maryland. Excuse me. When I was living in North Carolina, and would store and save bags of it before we'd go because it just made it easier. To us, it was the coolest thing in the world. I have not tried to make char cloth out of those makeup rounds yet. I'll have to give it a try. I've never attempted that. I made char cloth out of actually clothing before, but I haven't ever tried those makeup rounds. YT says it's not them, but it's happening to everyone, so it must be them. You got a point there. Got to go swap up my dryer. All right, Kentucky, definitely appreciate you stopping in, bud. All right, I think I cut everybody's questions there. If I missed your question, definitely put it back in so I can get to it. Oh yeah, and back on the kit, guys, I had gotten a couple emails because I was talking about Practice Prepper, how he had one of those Kickstart programs to help him achieve his goal for that bug out game that I talked about. And I had a couple emails asking me why I didn't do something like that. Uh, Personally, I wanted to build my first sets of kits with my own finances and everything and try it out before I went and did something like that. I wanted to make sure I had a certain amount, see if they sell or not, see if it was a good idea before I went and did something like that. Me putting my own money into it, and there's nothing wrong with the Kickstart program at all for projects. Nothing wrong with it at all. But just the way I am, to me, put my own finances in it, put my own work into it every step of the way of it, makes me push harder on it and makes me stand behind it more because when it fails, if it fails, that's my money that I just threw away. But if it fails, don't be surprised if I start giving away over 500 of these things. Okay. But I thought it was a pretty good idea actually, and I have other ideas I'm going to be working on, especially with survival kits, things like that. So, something to play around with. What we got here? OS Cottonwood Fluff is super flammable. Yes, definitely is. Mount Shasta is gorgeous. Yes, Mount Shasta really is. Um, Again, it gets cold. I mean, it gets really, really cold. I won't mess up my hair. Flash, I have a question. Okay. Why are baby cats called kittens? Shouldn't they be called cattens? Um, why do they call a pair of jeans and it's only one item? Yeah, getting all philosophical on you. I don't know, Flash. I don't know. Got to charge my phone. All right, Freedom using Farm and Arbor. Also, another YouTube creator here on our channel, guys. Go check them out. Definitely subscribe, show support. Um, so yeah, when I see other creators in our in our group here, go over and help them out too. Brain Dead New Yorkers here. How's it going, bud? Can you tell us what are you working on for your upcoming videos? That is top secret information. Actually, no. First one, right off the bat, I am going to be doing a complete review of the fire kit. I'm going to break down everything how it all works. So that's going to be one. Two, I do have a review that I've got to get done. That was for the light company that sent me those lights that I talked about. Right now I'm doing my wiring and stuff like that so I can hook it up directly to my solar system to work as floodlights during power outages. So I'm going to be doing a video on that one since I did say I would review them. No, I didn't get paid for it. They sent me the product for free, which was awesome because I wanted some extra lighting, but I will be doing that one. I do know once I get cleared where I can start using my shoulder better, we will be having a lot more survival as far as bushcraft stuff. Like I said, a friend of mine's got 5 acres in Leesburg. That's where I go camping, and that's actually where I'll be doing most of that filming because it's nice piece of property. It's all wooded, so I'll be able to get more into that. Something I want to do earlier on this channel, but wasn't able to do it. Not with the injuries. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat here, guys. And also, yeah, I forgot one other thing, AM Lopez. I did have a request for a video on using a knife sharpener, using a whetstone. So yeah, I'll be putting something like that together. Personally, I don't use a wet stone. I use a dry stone. As far as a preference, that's up to the individual. I mean, they both work really well. As far as I'm concerned, they both will sharpen your knife. So yeah, I will put something on that together. I did have a request for that, so I will have to get that out there. Uh, Sorry guys, let me catch up in the chat here. Josh, do you do consulting for someone that has never done a video or anything? I don't do consulting. What I have done in the past, and which I still do now, if I see a YouTuber or something like that that is trying to create their channel and they're lacking a lot of the skills, or I shouldn't really say skills, the knowledge for things that they should be doing with their editing and tags and things like that to get back onto the algorithm. Yeah, I do contact them, and I offer that advice, but also I mainly send them to YouTube creators that I learned it from. Okay, because I didn't know nothing when I first started. I was just looking at one of my very first videos yesterday or today. I think it was this morning, and sorry, it itches and it hurts at the same time. All right. So I usually direct people to those YouTube creators that teaches people how to do YouTube, and that's Nick Nimmin, D Nimmin, and Brian G. Johnson. Those three guys there. There's plenty of other people out there, but those three guys there is what has evolved my channel as far as editing, and believe it or not, sometimes writing a script. That helps. If you're like me and turn on the camera and go, yeah, it helps. So those are using my advices on that. Karen Rick, suggestion for your kit: a piece of paracord bow drill or even jute flammable bow drill, 2 for 1. You know what, Karen, that is a good idea. I'm going to look into it. First, I actually did not even think about adding that, so I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, well, I wasn't going to do that for this reason. I actually didn't even think about that. When I was setting up this kit, I will tell you this much. When I was setting up this kit, I was really thinking about emergency situation, as if I was wounded and I still had to make a fire, having the tinder available, things like that. It'd be real quick and easy, especially if I am seriously hurt. Let's say fall, break my leg, whatever. At least I have a way to start a fire. But yes, that is a very good suggestion, because even a piece of paracord, it doesn't take much weight. So yeah, it's just something I would definitely think about. It probably will get added, actually. So yeah, that was a very good suggestion. I do appreciate that. That's what. Yeah, I knew somebody was going to pick up on that, and of course, it would be Brain Dead New Yorker. Yeah, appreciate that, buddy. I figured Flash would have that one. I really got in trouble in high school. My teacher asked if anyone had a question. Me being me, I asked, "Why is it not okay to kiss a hooker?" Needless to say, my parents were called. Well, I hope they explained to you why it's not okay. Hopefully you learned that at a very young age, and now you know. Lois Young thinks it absolutely. I don't know what I did, but you're welcome. Bow drills are hard. Yes, they are. I have been able to start fires with a bow drill, but now down here in Central Florida, with the humidity we have here, it's not a 10-minute job. It is really working that drill. I mean, that was outside. So yeah, bow drill down here with the humidity, it takes a good while. I mean, you really got to dry that stuff out, and I've been on it for hours before. couldn't even get a coal started. But now I've been in Arizona, fire right up. So that, think about that too. Um, I'm not going to put my whole stock in creating fire, which is the idea of, well, I know how to make a bow drill. Um, I'm not saying if you're going to use a bow drill, you're wrong. I'm not saying that at all, guys. But as preppers, we want to have multiple ways of creating fire. Definitely looking forward to the knife sharpening video. Absolutely. AM Lopez, I forget who it was that actually requested that. I just talked to him yesterday, I believe it was. And they had reminded me about it. And yeah, that's definitely on the list. SS, they are, but saves your matches for true emergencies. Well, yeah, and that's why that kit, I mean, I've got set up here. I mean, you could easily get, with just the matches alone, the storm matches, I've already reviewed those. You're going to start a fire with those. The regular green tip matches, there's 6 in there. Now, high winds might blow them out, but if you got a clear day, yeah, it's going to start a fire. That's why the candle is in there too, because you light that candle, you got a flame constantly going instead of trying to worry about a match. But I do see your point. Yeah, Flash, go stand in the corner till you learn not to. Well, I think you learned your lesson. I think you're okay. My dad was laughing in the principal's office. If you don't, if you don't know, I can't help you. Joe, got to run. Great show. I'll be back for the next one. All right. Well, I definitely appreciate you being here tonight. Thanks a lot. I'll be back. JT just put me in the corner. I put you in the corner earlier, and I didn't give you permission to get out. I mean, really? No, of course I'm joking with you, buddy. Hate to leave, but I'm on for. Okay, WV prepared mine. Definitely. I appreciate you. I just hit the table here. I appreciate you stopping in. And again, guys, if you haven't already subscribed over there, go check out that channel. My screen jumped. Hold on, guys. CFP knife can also be used to create feathers from fat wood. Yeah, it can. But again, I was building this kit off of, and you're absolutely correct. I was building this kit off of emergency situation, and like the example I gave when I was in Oregon, Northern California, outside Mount Shasta, it was bad snowstorm. There was nothing dry. Even shaving down things and trying to warm it up with my body heat to dry it out, I would have been dead from hypothermia way before that wood would have been dry enough to catch fire. So that's why that kit's set up the way it is. Titan Survival Paracord is good stuff. Yes, Josh, it is, and it is also not the cheapest stuff. So again, it is very good. All these suggestions are very good, and the reason why I picked certain items, what I have here, is because it was cheaper and they do work compared to going with the top high end stuff, and then the kit's going to run $30-$40 compared to where I'm hoping to target this anywhere from $10 to $13. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. What about adding a few cheap birthday candles for fire starting? Yeah, birthday candles work good, and that's why we added the tea light candle, because it burns too. Um, there's nothing wrong with the birthday candles. Let's see here. Or even wax pine cones. Well, when it comes to wax pine cones, and that is another good idea for fire starting. But for the kit, well, I've already cut open the kit, but for the weight, it's right at 6 ounces with the little small knife to shave the magnesium fire starter. But for the kit to be lightweight and compact enough to where it could be dropped in a bug out bag or something like that, we want to keep it as small as possible. That's why. And yeah, pine cones work really good. So do, of course, wax pine cones work really well. I use that's my wife. For the compliment right dead. Aren't you supposed to be in the corner, Flash? Yeah, I mean, the rules just don't apply to him anymore. You put him in the corner, and it just, it's like a 3-year-old kid. Really, Flash. No means no. I'm just playing around with you, buddy. What else we got here, guys? Okay. Karen Rick. I'm not going to repeat that, but y'all can read that. um, We'll go with the $30 for a professional. Just make sure you don't kiss the professional there, Flash. Anyway, all right, guys. If we don't have any more questions on anything, we'll be ending the stream here pretty soon. My wife made dinner an hour and 15 minutes ago, actually right before I went live. So my dinner is sitting in the oven right now. But if you do have any questions, let's go ahead and take care of them now before we get off here. Pretty fly. You might be the only person to point it out there, Flash. Gonna make me blush. Yeah, okay, John. Dude, you're already a moderator. You don't have to say nice things about me, all right? Actually, Flash, I do need to make you a moderator while I'm here. Hold on, don't leave yet. Okay, that should work. Okay, now Flash, you behave, all right? I don't want to have to accidentally remove you from the channel again. Dude, that was a straight up accident. I do apologize again for that. All right, guys. I don't see any other questions. My voice is a mixture of different accents, I guess you could say. I was born in Florida, but I was raised in North Carolina. And when I started welding, I went to go work for a company my dad was working at, and I traveled everywhere since. So my accent and stuff's a little everywhere. Peggy B, who is going to moderate the moderator? I'll be moderating Flash. Don't you worry. I'll do my best. No, Flash, I know you do a good job, man. You've been with us for a long time, man. Can you hang on for a second? I'm typing. Okay. Brooklyn born. Yeah, I've got an uncle he was born in Albany, which I know is not Brooklyn, but I do have a relative that is from New York. Oh dear God, I've got 3 of y'all here. Just joking around with you guys. If I can be a moderator, that's awesome. More to follow. You are a moderator. I just made you one. Bruise me not. How's it going? Yeah, I got your other message. I knew that you're going to be later, weren't going to be able to make it in tonight, so that's okay. I live next to all. Okay. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this stream tonight. Oh, and Midwest Prepper just came in, dude. I'm fixing to shut down the stream, man. Definitely glad he came in though. Just got off work, and another YouTube creator here, guys. That's part of our community, Midwest Prepper. He doesn't like me for some reason saying go to his channel. I'm telling you, go to his channel. All right, he's got a lot of great information there. So yeah, definitely go check him out too. Well, 2 things in New York. The cowboy, what he's saying. I'll behave myself. I know I joke around a little bit. Oh, Flash, you're right, bud. I get your humor just fine. Midwest, I'll watch replay. All right, bud. I'll definitely yeah, I'm sorry I'm not gonna be on much longer, guys. Like I said, my dinner's been done for about an hour and 20 minutes now. So I'm gonna go eat. Walmart charges for buckets. Winn-Dixie will give them for free. Yeah, the Walmart that I go to when we get our 5-gallon buckets, they're like $3. I haven't even thought about going to Winn-Dixie and checking. All right, guys, y'all take care, and I will try to get a video out to y'all probably Monday. I'm planning on taking Saturday off. I got some things to take care of on Sunday. I've got a couple of other channels I'm working as a moderator on Sunday, so be busy with that. And I will definitely check you guys out when I do another live stream. It will be next Friday. I'm going to try to keep on Friday. Oh, did this time work good for everybody? Well, too bad, Flash. I've got to go. But I do want to know, Friday, 8 o'clock still work good for everybody? If not, I'll probably try one of those community tab polls just to see. I'll put times up, see which one works best for y'all. All right, guys. As always, y'all take care. Keep prepping. You would never know when things are going to happen. It might just be something overnight, but then again, it might just be one of those long, drawn-out declines. And if it is one, having food stocks, I mean, it's going to save you a lot of headache and aggravation in the long run. So I'll talk to y'all later.